Hello friends, in this lecture we will see cascaded if statement. This cascaded if statement is also called as a special nested if statement or else if ladder. See, when we should use this cascaded if statement. See, in if statement we checked one condition. In if else statement also we checked only one condition. In nested if else condition, nested if else statement we checked three conditions there, right? So if or else we checked two conditions there. So here in nested if else maximum we can check two or three conditions, but what if there are multiple number of conditions we want to check? At that time we have to use cascaded if statement or else if ladder. Don't get confusion here, it is not if else ladder, it is else if ladder. Why it is else if ladder? Because of the syntax looks like a else if ladder. Okay, so here a cascaded if else is used when we need to test a series of conditions, and one if statement is placed in the else part of the previous if statement. This is the main difference between nested if else and cascaded if statement. In a nested if else, what happened? One if else statement is present inside if part of previous if else statement, but here nesting takes place inside the else part of previous if statement. So it is a special case of nested if statement. So nesting takes place only in the else part of the previous else. Nesting takes place only in the else part of the previous if else statement. Therefore it is also called as else if ladder. Okay, syntax is like this: if condition 1 statement 1 else, it means that if condition 1 is false, then control directly comes to else part, and in else one more if condition is there, that is if condition 2 and statement 2. If condition is true, then statement 2 will be executed. Otherwise means what? If condition is false, so then directly control comes to next else, and in that else also one more if statement is there, that is if condition 3. So if this condition 3 is true, then statement 3 will be executed. Otherwise the control jumps to once again one more else. Okay, so like this else if will be keep on continuing up to n number of conditions. Like this we can check any number of conditions here. Okay, so this else if looks like a ladder. So this cascaded if statement is called as else if ladder. Okay, if any of these conditions, it may be condition 1, condition 2, or condition 3, or condition 4, or any condition n. If any one condition of any one conditions is true, then the only statement which is associated with that condition is executed, and the rest of all remaining part will be skipped. Suppose, for example, if condition 2, this condition 2 is true, statement 2 will be executed. Then after that it will not come to else part, because already condition 2 is true, so statement 2 is also executed, so control will not come to else part, and it will not execute if condition 3. It means it will not check the condition 3, and directly it comes to end at the end of the statement n. So then it continues its execution with the next statement. Okay, so here if any one of these conditions is true, then the only statement which is associated with that condition is executed, and the remaining part of this else if ladder will be skipped. Okay, or bypassed. Cascaded structure is bypassed or skipped. If all the conditions are false, then the statement n is executed. The last final else acts as a default condition. Okay, if any condition is false, then last condition will be true and its associated statement will be executed, that is statement n will be executed. So the last or final else acts as a default condition. Okay, we can write a series of independent if statements instead of cascaded if statement. Okay, so we can write n number of independent simple if statements instead of writing cascaded if statement, but the disadvantage is because it will be less efficient. Again and again each and every condition we have to check there. Here in else if what happens, you will execute only the statement which is associated with the condition which is true. The remaining statements which are associated with the other conditions and which are false, those statements will not be executed here. But instead of using a cascaded if we use only if statement, then all if statement and all if conditions we have to check there. But here no need to check all conditions, only one we can check only few numbers of conditions among n number of conditions. Once the condition becomes true, only that condition statement which is associated with that condition will be executed, and remaining next part or next statements will be bypassed or skipped. Next, the control jumps to directly after the statement which is after the statement number n. Okay, but it will be less using the if statement. Individual single if statement is less efficient. Okay, because in cascaded if else statement gives mutual exclusivity means at the same time not two conditions can become true, only any one condition can be true among these all n number of conditions. So only that statement will be executed. Okay, so here this is the flow chart. Here you can understand easily. In the first diamond, condition 1 is checking. If the condition 1 is true, statement 1 will be executed. After the execution of statement 1, directly control comes to last statement which is after the statement n. If condition 1 is false, then control goes to next condition, that is condition 2. If this condition is true, statement 2 will be executed. Only statement 2 will be executed, and directly after its execution, control jumps to last statement, that is next statement of statement n. And if this condition 2 is false, then control goes to condition number 3, and here if it is true, it executes a statement number 3. Only statement number 3 will be executed, because already condition 1 was false and condition 2 was false. So statement 1 will also not be executed, statement 2 will also not be executed. If condition 3 is true, then only statement 3 will be executed, and after execution it goes to next statement. Like this, it will keep on checking each and every condition, and only that statement will be executed which whose condition is true. The next part will be skipped. Okay, like this cascaded if statement executes. Here one best programming example is there which is very suitable for this cascaded if statement. With this cascaded statement we can solve this problem. What is the problem here? There are some numbers between 1 and 5 and we have to print its name. Okay, one is there, we have to print their names in words. Okay, we have to print the numbers in words. 1 ONE, 2 TWO, 3 THRWE, 4 FOUR, 5 FIVE. Like this we have to print on a monitor screen. So hash include stdio.h int n void main open main function printf. Enter a number in between 1 and 5. Enter any one number, integer number, which is in between 1 and 5. Then read that number with a scanf function %d ampersand n. So once that value of n is given by the user, then you start checking whether it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. If n is equal to 1, then printf, you print it as 1, one. If n is not equal to 1, the control comes to else part. In else part, one more if statement is there, that is n is equal to 2. If this condition is true, it prints two. Otherwise it comes to else part. In else part, one more if condition is there, that is n is equal to 3. If n is equal to really 3, it prints three. Otherwise it comes to else part. In else part, one more if condition is there, that is n is equal to 4. If it is a 4, it prints four. Otherwise it comes to else part. In else part, one more if condition is there, that is n is equal to 5. If it is a 5, it prints five. Otherwise means what? These all 5 conditions are false, 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 then last else will be executed. In last else, only one statement is there, printf statement, that is error. It means that the programmer has not entered the number between 1 and 5. He might have entered number 6 or 7 or any other number which is greater than 5 or less than 1. So you can print the message as error here and close the main function. Very nice example here. Next, one more problem is there. It is also very useful problem, that is a grading system, grading of a student. Whenever you also write the VTU exams, you get your result in terms of grades. So how to calculate a grade of a student and display it on a monitor screen. Okay, here grades are like this. Here with pencil I have written here, that is if the student is scoring the marks from 0 to 39, if his marks is in between 0 to 39, then his grade will be F, that is result is fail. If his marks is in between 40 to 44, then his grade is E, 45 to 49 D, 50 to 59 C, 60 to 69 B, 70 to 79 A, 80 to 89 S, 90 to 100 is S plus grade. Okay, let us see now. Hash include stdio.h int marks, open the main function, enter the marks of student. How to read this marks, how to enter the marks? By using scanf function, %d ampersand marks. Once you know the marks of that student, so you start comparing that marks with these ranges. If marks is less than or equal to 39, if the marks is less than or equal to 39, then you print the grade F. Suppose if this condition is false, false means what? The marks is greater than 39. Okay, so this grade F will not be displayed, and it will come to else part. In else, one more if condition is there, that is marks is maybe the marks may be less than or equal to 44. Okay, 44. If it is less than or equal to 44, then printf, it will print grade E. Okay, if this marks is not less than or equal to 49, it means that it may be 44, it may be marks may be greater than 44. At that time another else will be executed. If marks is less than or equal to 49, it prints grade D. Else means what? Marks is greater than 49. Okay, so greater than 49, it means marks may be less than or equal to 59. If it is less than or equal to 59, then it prints grade C. Else means what? Maybe marks is not less than or equal to 59, marks is greater than 59. At that time, if it will check one more condition, that is if marks is less than or equal to 69. If it is 69, then it prints the grade as B. Else means what? Maybe student is very intelligent and marks is greater than 69, then it will check one more condition, that is marks is less than or equal to 79, then grade A will be displayed. Else means what? Here again, if the student is scoring the marks greater than 79, then it will check that condition, one more condition, that is if marks is less than or equal to 89. If less than or equal to 89 means the student got the grade yes. Else, after else, no need to write a if statement like this. If marks is less than or equal to 100, because obviously now the marks, if it is not in these ranges, obviously it will be in this last range, that is 90 to 100. So directly you can print only one printf statement like this, that is print last printf statement, print the score as yes plus. Okay, so close the main function like this. So cascaded if statement is used in such kind of problems. In next class we will see switch statement.